What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Cosmic Wonder. We have a ton of new Spider-Man brand new day scenes and details to break down in this video. We have new details about the Hulk, the Punisher, why everybody is fighting, and we have a new scene released of Spider-Man swinging with some giant explosions going on in the background, and all of this is filmed practically. This is all actually being filmed with a physical set. None of this is CGI. Of course, they're going to come in after and they're going to add some CGI. But the fact that we are actually getting stuntmen swinging and Tom Holland doing a lot of his stunts himself, all practically to make the best possible Spider-Man movie there is, all under the direction of Destin Daniel Cretton, who directed Shang-Chi. All of this is going to really come together to give us the best possible Spider-Man movie we could get out of what they're shooting right now. And with the new suit looking as fire as it does and everything pretty much being practical for the most part, it is possible we could be heading towards the best Spider-Man film to date. Of course, that's going to be hard to beat Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2, Spider-Man No Way Home, but so far, Marvel Studios and Sony are doing everything right with this movie. So fingers crossed that the story is good, but if you haven't heard, it is confirmed. The Punisher and the Hulk will both be in this movie. In fact, the scene that we have been seeing where Spider-Man is on top of this heavily armored vehicle, this scene not only involves the Punisher, but it also involves Scorpion as well. As you can probably tell from a lot of set photos that have been put online, shooting has begun for Spider-Man Brand New Day, and they're not exactly keeping people away to try and prevent them from taking photos. They are shooting in the middle of Glasgow, and fans are allowed to just sit behind the barricade and watch and film, and that's how we're getting all of this footage. And today we have footage of a new scene that looks amazing. It's very practical as it shows Spider-Man, or Tom Holland's stunt double, actually swinging from a rig as real explosions go off in the background. This is part of the same scene that we have been seeing where Spider-Man is on top of an armored vehicle, and we know what the scene is about. We'll explain this in just a bit, but going back to how practical this actually is, I think this is so awesome. They have a rig set up to actually have him swinging. We don't know if it's Tom Holland or a stuntman at this point in time, but that's irrelevant. What we're learning here is that they really are going practical for most of their shooting. This is an actual Spider-Man swinging on this rig during a chase scene with explosions, real explosions happening in the background. And I can already tell this particular scene is going to look amazing. And just kudos to the team for deciding that this is how they're going to shoot everything. And today we actually got a lot more information about what this scene actually is. According to some new reports, this scene is actually the Punisher chasing Scorpion, trying to kill him. So Spider-Man is actually chasing the Punisher, trying to keep him from killing Scorpion. And according to Daniel RPK, we're going to be getting a Punisher that is using some advanced tech to fight Spider-Man and the Hulk. What we heard about Spider-Man, the Hulk, and the Punisher in the past is that the Punisher and Spider-Man are going to team up to take on the Hulk. However, even though that might happen, before that happens, they're all going to fight each other. And this is according to the Hollywood Reporter. According to the Hollywood Reporter, they're all going to fight each other first. It's basically going to be a 1v1v1. So no team up in the beginning. No Punisher and Spider-Man versus the Hulk right away. Apparently, what's going to happen is the Punisher is going to be the same Punisher that we know him to be. He's still being described as slightly psychotic, and he still wants to kill everybody. They're not going to nerf him down just because he's in a Spider-Man movie. So what we're hearing is that Punisher wants to kill the Hulk. The Hulk is going crazy. He's hurting people. He's destroying things. So the Punisher has decided to kill him. However, Spider-Man, since he knows the Hulk and he feels pity for him and he feels like he is a victim, is trying to convince the Punisher to not kill him, but to take him down in another way. So it sounds like ultimately he does convince the Punisher that he doesn't need to kill the Hulk, but there is a way to take him out without killing Bruce Banner inside. And that will be where the team up comes from. So 1v1v1, then a team up between the Punisher and Spider-Man to take on the Hulk, and then eventually they will all fight the real villain of this film. And right now there are a lot of villains said to be in this movie. Daniel RPK also reported the other day some of the villains in Spider-Man Brand New Day are Tombstone, Tarantula, Boomerang, Scorpion, and Ramrod, who's a half cyborg. And if you caught Michael Mando's Instagram, who is the actor that plays Scorpion in the MCU from Spider-Man Homecoming, he teased that he is back. So Scorpion is definitely confirmed. As for the other villains, it basically sounds like Spider-Man is going to be attempting to stop a gang war, possibly between Tombstone and Mr. Negative. Now, on the armored vehicle, we do see the Inner Demons logo, which is Mr. Negative's gang. However, Alex Perez from the Cosmic Circus today stated pretty confidently that Mr. Negative is not in the film, which is a little confusing since we have seen the Inner Demons logo on that armored vehicle, so we'll have to wait and see how this one plays out, because it seems like signs point to Mr. Negative being in the film, but perhaps Alex has heard differently. But at the same time, when Daniel RPK listed his villains, Mr. Negative was not on that list either. We know that Scorpion is going to be one of the big antagonists of the film, but the big one, the main villain, seems to be a mystery at this point in time. We'll have to wait and see on this. And of course, as always, we'll update you if we hear anything else. Now, bringing it back to the Punisher real quick. We've heard that he's going to get a new suit in Spider-Man Brand New Day, which I love and it makes sense. But also at the same time, we did get a new look at the Punisher suit from the Punisher special presentation. You can see it here, and I think it's awesome. I love the super big prominent logo on the chest piece. However, according to Daniel RPK, the Punisher is going to be getting a new suit in Spider-Man Brand New Day, and it's going to be a very heavily tech-based suit. So he gets a tech suit, and it kind of makes me wonder if we're gonna get the Punisher with the War Machine armor. If we get the Iron Punisher in this movie, that would be pretty intense. And if you think about it, the Punisher kind of needs this. He's the only one out of the three, the Hulk, Spider-Man, and himself, the Punisher, that doesn't have really any powers. Spider-Man got bit by the spider, so he is enhanced. The Hulk is the Hulk, but the Punisher is still just kind of a normal human. And in fact, I've seen a lot of people who have responded to reports that the Punisher, Spider-Man, and the Hulk are going to fight each other. I've seen people respond with, what the hell is the Punisher gonna do? Which is a fair point, because most guns don't really work on the Hulk. Bullets don't really hurt him, even bullets that are huge being shot from a jet, as we saw in the first Avengers movie. It takes a lot to stop the Hulk, and normal guns aren't gonna do the job. Also, if the Punisher gets hit hard by the Hulk, he's probably done, at least severely injured. Yes, he has tactics that he can use against the Hulk, but if the Hulk gets to him, he's pretty much done. Even in Captain America Brave New World, Sam Wilson had a vibranium pair of wings and some armor to fight the Hulk, because Marvel Studios knew that if it was just Sam Wilson versus the Hulk and the Hulk got anywhere near him, he would obliterate him. The same thing goes for the Punisher. All the Hulk would have to do is throw him into the air and let him hit the ground after falling from hundreds and hundreds of feet. He'd die. So the Punisher getting his Iron Punisher suit, or a War Machine suit, would be pretty cool, and it would also be pretty necessary for him to help Spider-Man take on the Hulk. How does he get it? Who knows? Perhaps Spider-Man actually manages to get some Stark tech. And after all, Armor Wars, what it was supposed to be, was what happens when Stark tech falls into the wrong hands. Maybe the Punisher was one of those people whose wrong hands it falls into. Maybe that was their plan at some point in time. It's irrelevant now, because it sounds like we're getting it in Spider-Man Brand New Day. And again, he's going up against the Hulk, so it makes sense. Now, I will say, we are learning a lot about this movie, especially with these set videos and set photos, and it's a good job by Sony for releasing the official look at the suit before the filming started, because they clearly knew a ton of photos and videos of the suit were going to get out like they did. So good for them for preemptively showing us the suit. But one thing that remains a big mystery still is who Sadie Sink is going to be playing. Sadie Sink has officially been cast for this film, but her character is not confirmed yet. We've heard some reports stating that she could be playing Mayday Parker, specifically the daughter of Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man from his universe. We've heard that she could be playing a real Mary Jane Watson, not a Michelle Jones Watson, but Mary Jane Watson. We've also heard she could be Gwen Stacy or Black Cat. This part is under wraps for now, but once they start filming with her character, if they film it outdoors, we could see who she's going to be playing very soon. According to Daniel RPK, Zendaya is not going to be in the film much. She'll have an important role to play, but she's not going to have much screen time. But I will say, whatever they decide to do, it definitely seems like they know what they're doing, especially after watching them film everything so practically, using real effects, real explosions, real swinging, and watching this new blue and red Spider-Man suit shine during these scenes. It just makes me super pumped for what we're about to get in Spider-Man Brand New Day. But go ahead and let me know your thoughts about all of this in the comments down below. Do you think it looks awesome? Are you excited they're using practical effects and shooting? And what do you think so far about what we know about the plot? The Punisher, the Hulk, Scorpion, and other villains? Let us know in the comments down below. Please don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest Spider-Man Brand New Day news. You can also find us on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and Snapchat. And as always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.